What's going on, everyone? Nick from Comic Culture here. It's time for Nick at Night, my weekly comic book review show. Let's get into the books I read this week. Starting over in DC, we have Batman issue number 4. Matt Fraction on this one. Of course, we have Jorge Jimenez, we have Teemu Mori, and we have Clayton Cowles on this one. So this is getting a little bit more focused, I would say, compared to the last few issues. We've been doing a lot of level setting, seeing what different people are doing inside of Gotham at the moment. But we get introduced to a big new villain inside of here that may have been teased through the other issues, but man, we get him in full appearance right here and cover, and he is just completely wrecking shop, completely turning everything upside down in the Gotham Rogues Gallery area. He's basically got everybody underneath his thumb right now in very dramatic fashion, punishes them for not being able to operate smoothly, or as smoothly as he was hoping so in the previous few issues or whatever it might be. We also have a lot of like smaller characters, smaller people, maybe doing some petty crime, things like that. Batman's kind of a mentor and basically like slapping their wrist. So Batman's still going around doing some, mundane things, but making some big impacts, trying to figure out, who's exactly like pulling the strings behind the scenes. So we're slowly building into this villain here, and I'm having a good time with all of that. The interior artwork is incredible. I mean, this art team, this creative team is just incredible. So Teemu Mori is doing an amazing job on the colors. Everything is bright and vibrant. Of course, Jorge Jimenez is making his impact on Batman for forever now. And it's been really fun to see them grow and be teamed up together on this book right here. So Fraction's doing a decent job. We're slowly building up some characters right now. It's an ongoing, guys. It's going to take some time to really get things moving. I'm excited for it. Issue number 4 is out. Let me know if you read it. Next up from DC, we had DC KO. We had the Superman Captain Atom versus issue. Now, Joshua Williamson is on this one, and they were going to have a lot of these different rounds that are coming out very soon. We have Red Hood and Joker coming up. It's actually previewed in some of these books. That's going to be an exciting battle right there. But this one's kind of interesting because we have Superman and we have Nathaniel Atom, right? Captain Atom. He's a little bit of a blind spot for me. He's been featured in some of the DC books as of late. I've dipped into some of those. He has a long history and everything like that. Very interesting character. Very, very powerful character. A lot of different versions of him out there. That's what this issue focuses on the most. So they're actually able to pick the different version that they want to be in these different rounds. I think there's 3 different rounds, best of 3 wins or something like that. They can actually look at their avatars throughout their history, throughout their time period, and actually pick the one they want for that particular round, and they duke it all out. Of course, they go for the heavy hitters right off the bat and whatnot, but there's some playing that they can do inside of this environment, just mixing and melding some of those different personalities into something really different, There's also this power thing going on where like absolute power corrupts absolutely. There's a little bit of that going on, and the characters realize that as they're going through these battles. A lot of interesting changes of personality throughout the issue, and it actually was pretty cool. We haven't had a lot of these versus issues just yet, but I really like the one from Superman and Captain Atom so far. Hopefully they build on that. Like I said, we have some more coming very soon. I think we have like a Wonder Woman Lobo, something like that. We have Zatanna and Harley Quinn coming out too. I mentioned we have Red Hood and we have Joker. That's going to be an interesting battle. So it's going to be fun to see if they kind of keep the same vibe and tone throughout the rest of them. I imagine they would. And I'm having a good time with it so far. Again, once you throw away the premise of it, just have a good time and enjoy yourself. Next up from DC, we have Josh Williamson and Dan Mora over on Nightfight issue number 2. Now, I did not like issue number 1 necessarily. We know what happens with Batman inside of issue number 1. He gets transported because of some technology that he brought to the battle with him to this alternate reality where Batman is dead. He basically betrayed his Robins and just went AWOL. And we have Dick Grayson and others taking up the mantle right now and just basically building an army of Robins with all these different people, training them, trying to keep the city of Gotham safe. And that goes against his principles. We understand that throughout the issue of issue number 2, that, Dick Grayson would never do these kinds of things. He would never have other people fight his battles for him. And, Bruce Wayne Batman starts to realize that he's in this dream state, that something is going on. Something is driving this. It's not reality. It's not even an alternate reality, kind of, right? It's something else. And he's trying to battle what that actually is throughout this whole issue. He also finds himself jumping around in different realities. There's a really interesting one where it's like a Red Hood motif and like the whole city's been quarantined for reasons. I'll let you read. It's actually pretty dramatic and interesting. I like that. And, he can kind of play with his reality. It's kind of like a lucid dreaming in a way. Once he realizes he's in that state, he can try to manipulate it and try and control the situation. I think that's where this book is going to be heading. So I got to say, Nightfight issue number 2 was way better than issue number 1. I thought, I still don't know if I need it, but we have it. So whatever, we're going to be reading it and seeing what's going on. Inevitably, Batman's going to be getting back into the game somehow, some way. I'm going to be here for it. Let me know what you guys thought. We're going to go over to Marvel next. We have Spider-Man Noir issue number 3. Eric Larson is on this one. Love his writing style on this book. It's got those quips. It's got that humor to it, but it also has this like sense of drama and urgency to it, which I really enjoy. And it's set in a unique time period. So all that just flows together really nicely. And it's been really fun so far. We have Brocardo on the art as well, doing a really good job of just, portraying the scene in general. We have an old timey scene. We have some authentic like vintage clothing and things like that. We got some interesting surroundings, and we have just, the aesthetic of the time to deal with. And so that can't be that easy to do, but handling it very, very well. The art team is doing great. The color, I think Rosenberg is on this one. Coloring is spot on as well. So they're doing a good job of just putting you in the scene. But although we are in this different time period, different type of Peter Parker, this is Noir after all, we still have that detective story going on right now. We're trying to hide some stuff from Gwen Stacy, this like potential girlfriend that we have right now. We're trying to balance that relationship with Mary Jane. And of course we have Aunt May as well. They're all living together at the moment. So there's tons of drama around that. There's this murder mystery or not so murder mystery that we're uncovering through the whole thing. Gwen Stacy's father was killed. Who did it? We know as the reader, but there's this whole dramatic thing that has to play out between those characters because, ultimately a hero is responsible for that, but for good reason. So like, how do we manage those situations? We're going to be figuring it out in subsequent issues. So like I said, it's great writing, it's great tone, great visuals and everything like that. So I'm having a good time with Spider-Man Noir. I'm glad I jumped on this one because I don't read enough Spider-Man books. This one is doing it for me. Let me know if you guys are reading it. Let's jump over to Mad Cave. We have a few different books from them. Speed Racer, we have issue number 5 coming out. Now, of course, we have David Pepose on this one. We have Tinto on the art. Love some Speed Racer. Like the combination between Speed Racer and Racer X that Mark Russell is doing. I love that dynamic they're doing. I say that all the time. I love the universe that they're building. This is just more of that. It's just more of the good stuff, which is great, man. They never take their foot off the pedal, pun intended. This is just another race, this very treacherous area. We have these new villains that are being introduced, these new dangerous racers that are going to be trying to take out Racer X and Speed Racer. And it's just great to see the ingenuity, the creativity between these two, how they, just put it all on the line to save each other. And they have a relationship they don't even understand yet. We as the reader do, Racer X does, but Speed Racer is still a little bit behind on what exactly is going on. And that's a fun place to be still, man. I could see these guys racing with each other side by side, trying to avoid all these dangers forever. I'm having such a great time. The art is doing such a great job complementing all of that. It's got to be very difficult to draw all that stuff, you know what I mean? And the coloring is spot on too. So having a really great time with this book. I can't say it enough. It's a great world building. I highly recommend checking it out. Speed Racer's been solid. Let me know if you're reading it. Then lastly, from Mad Cave, we have Wild Animals issue number 5. We have Ed Brisson on this one and Andy Kahn. This was a really interesting arc, I would say. So like we went into this with this preconception of how things went down, who these people were, these crooked cops busting into this home randomly at night, taking out this guy that, was supposed to be a snitch or something like that. You know what I mean? Like these dirty cops were getting revenge on somebody that was trying to take them down. The son grows up with that story and he goes on this revenge mission to just basically, kill the guys that killed his father, destroyed his home, disfigured him, made his mom go crazy. They destroyed the family. He's going to go on this mission after all this time, tracking all these people down. And that's what we do. The story quickly shifts when we start realizing a little bit more about these characters. Like, was that really the story? What was exactly going on? I don't want to spoil everything for you, but everything gets twisted upside down in the issue number 4. Issue number 5 is this big, like, sit down, let's decompress, let's understand what's going on, and let's move forward somehow from there. So big twist in this book. I really enjoyed it. It was a great journey, and a little bit of a stretch of imagination is needed for this book, but at the end of the day, I did really enjoy it. It's 5 issues, it's quick, it's brutal. I think it's well worth it if you guys could pick up the collected editions and whatnot. So I think you're gonna have a good time with this one. So if you're into stories with great twists and turns, it has like crooked cop kinds of aspects to it, revenge missions in general, real grounded kind of stuff, I think you're gonna enjoy this one. So check it out if you haven't yet. Going over to Oni Press, we have Rick and Morty, The End, issue number 1. It's been a long time since I read a Rick and Morty book. I don't even know if this book butts into or continues a previous story. No idea, or if this is just some kind of spinoff. It probably is just a spinoff. But we're going to be jumping in because I've been watching the show a little bit more lately. I haven't watched the entire thing yet. I watched the first few seasons when they were coming out. I just kind of fell off of it. But it's always a fun universe. And since I'm watching the show again, I thought I'd jump into the comics. So this is the end. So what does it mean in here? We don't exactly know just yet. We do know that Morty is on this hunt right now. He's hunting down Rick. Rick is basically, destroyed his life and things like that. And he is been tasked to take him out by some kind of courts. Instead of him going away forever or being tortured forever or whatever, he's going to go and try to take out this evil Rick or whatever it is that's trolling the universe right now. So that's exactly what we got going on. We have a bounty hunter Morty going after some rogue Rick. And I would say like it's fine. It doesn't really remind me of the show too much, or it doesn't have that same kind of like weight to it. The artwork is almost there. You know, it's like 75%, which you would expect. There is a lot of like empty spaces, but there are a lot of creative characters and things. So, you know, it is okay, but it really didn't scratch that itch that I would have for like a Rick and Morty comic, I would say. Maybe I have just these expectations of it looking just like the show. I don't think that's unreasonable, but you know, it was decent, and we might be reading it going forward. I actually think I have the next couple of issues pre-ordered, so we're going to see what's going on inside the universe in general. You know, Morty going after Rick, trying to take him out to save his own life. It's a cool premise and everything, but we're going to see what the execution looks like. Let me know if you guys read it. We're going to close it out in Image. We have the new #1, Criminal, Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips. We have High Roller issue #1 right here. Guys, if you haven't read Criminal yet, it's very much like Sin City. If you haven't read Sin City, it's a very interconnected city in itself. We have all these different stories that are happening around the same time. They're twisting, they're turning, they're weaving together in a way. Kind of picture like a really rough dive bar somewhere, and there's a couple shady characters having a conversation in the corner, but our main character walks in and has their interaction with the bartender, gets some information from them. They go off on their merry way. They do their whole arc or whatever. But the next story that comes out is those two shady guys in the corner and then what their interaction is and why they were there. And then they see the other guy walking in the background. So it's very interconnected and kind of meta. And I like that a lot. It also bounces around different time periods, so that's pretty cool. This is a newspaper print, brand new story called The High Roller. We have Tracy Lawless in here. The Lawless family is pretty well known in the criminal universe. I'll let you kind of dive in and see that, because part of the fun is just understanding the family dynamics and who they're friends with and who they're not and the different betrayals that happen. Basically, we have Tracy Lawless going on a mission right here. He's been tasked to take out this high roller in this one casino, and man, he gets into all kinds of shenanigans. He ends up getting high. He accidentally takes some heroin or whatever. He starts flipping out, having this crazy night. We have these escorts coming in. We have this other guy coming in, and all hell kind of breaks loose. And did he actually fulfill his mission or not? Who knows? That's kind of the twist that happens towards the end of the book. So this was a really fun issue, especially if you have some criminal background. If you haven't had any criminal background, you can definitely jump into this book. There's been some reprints of some trade paperbacks out lately. You can pick those ones up as well. They're full stories. Really great place to jump in. Jump in here if you're not getting the trades either, though, man. It's a great story. Check it out, guys. Let me know if you did. All right, next up from Image, we have G.I. Joe issue #15. The Dreadnought War continues in here. Joshua Williamson, Tom Riley on this one. Guys, I'm having such a good time with this Dreadnought War. I love Cobra and Duke teaming up against the odds, taking on a horde of just these Mad Maxian style people. It has been such a cool ride, man. The artistic approach and everything has been really interesting. There's a weird filter that they put over some stuff sometimes, like this kind of like haze or this, I don't know what it might be, but sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I kind of question it when I see it, but over the top action, insane different characters and everything. It's been such a good time. The really funny part is that Cobra has to explain to Duke why these guys are after him, and it's just kind of funny to hear his story about how they tortured him and how he attacked these other people and this winged guy ruined everything, and it's a pretty funny story overall. They do get into some really big trouble later, and we don't know how they're going to get out of the situation. Again, there's a whole army after them. They are resourceful, they are really tough, but like at the end of the day, there are a lot of people after them right now, and despite how much fodder they take care of, there's always another wave right behind them. The other cool thing about this one is it feels like you're reading Cobra Commander, that initial run that came out before all of this, which is really interesting. You have the sense of dread and like dreariness inside of it, and I like that a lot. They're tortured, they're being hung up right now, they're against the ropes, you know what I mean? So it's a cool vibe that we're in right now. We haven't seen that in Joe in quite some time. It's a little bit more bright and poppy. This issue is not that, which is really cool. So Joe continues to be an exciting book. It's definitely picked it up in the last couple of issues. So if you fell off, jump into the Dreadnought War. I think you're going to have a great time with this one. Let me know if you guys read this one down below. Then lastly, we have Rook Exodus issue #9. We have Jeff Johns, Jason Fabok, Brad Anderson on this. The Spider Warden showing up in full force on the cover and on the interiors. He's been buried down into this building that they're infiltrating right now, trying to get Bloodhound, trying to convert him back to being normal. He's in his feral mode right now. We have a bunch of other people jumping in too, who are on their own revenge missions, these other wardens that we didn't even know existed. So it's cool to see like all this kind of craziness happen. And now you have the Spider Warden basically trapping all of them at the same time. And it does, I guess it does something to your memories, because as they're being webbed up, as they're being held down and, all the spiders are crawling all over them, Rook is having a lot of flashbacks to his home world. He's having a lot of flashbacks with like his friends and things like that. He's seeing his father like burning in the farm. Very dramatic stuff. And we have these other characters being introduced too. So like this world is growing so fast. I think we've gotten like, what, 3 new characters in the last couple of issues? So we're going to see where this book goes as far as like pacing and the relevancy of all these characters. But like, man, the visuals are just insane. Like, you really got to read this book to appreciate everything that's going on. And the Spider Warden adding this extra layer of drama and just visual, I don't know, horror to it. Doing a really great job of just like keeping you hooked on the book. Man, Ghost Machine's in a really great place right now, I think. We have Geiger, which is always killing it. We have Red Coat. We have Hyde Street, which are some of the best books out there. Rook Exodus, being in like that 4th place spot as good as it is, that's impressive, man. I really enjoy everything that this team has been putting out so far. And I can't wait to see, you know, more of it. I want the Northerner. I want more Junkyard Joe stuff. It's going to be fun to see what's going to be happening in this universe going forward. Let me know if you're reading this down below. But all right, guys, that's what I read this week. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you read and what your favorite books of the week were down below. While you're down there, like, subscribe, share, hit that bell notification to be alerted whenever I put out new videos. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the comments.